Hey everyone, what is up? It is Shellshock Prime, and I am going to be talking about WWE WrestleMania 34. Now, it's going to be coming up this Sunday. I wanted to wait until after Smackdown to do this. Let me just turn this around a bit. There we go. So, alright. So, right now, let's talk about the matches. I'm just going to make this a quick. Well, it might not be a quick video, but let's talk about the matches itself. Because there's 13 matches, and it's going to be a 7 hour long pay-per-view. That's right, 7 hour long. Why? Because it's WWE's logic. They think that more means better quality. Not always the case. They can get away with 5 hour shows, including the pre-show. It still managed to have something. But this is too much right here. This is like just too much. We got 3 matches in the pre-show, and then 10 matches on the main show. So let's get the pre-show matches out of the way. And I wrote what I think is the match order, and I'm going to read it out loud. So the first one is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now, they're going to have 30 superstars. There's going to be a few NXT stars coming in on here, but it's mostly stars from Raw and SmackDown that don't have a match. Dolph Ziggler, I think, is going to be the one that's going to win this match. Why? Because they'll probably just give it to him at this point. Might as well. You know what? I would not be angry if they give it to him. Because, let's be honest, the WWE Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, what has that done for WWE superstars? Nothing really. Like, it hasn't helped Cesaro. Big Show did not need it. It hasn't really helped Baron Corbin, and it most certainly didn't do anything for Mojo Rawley. So I don't see anything different coming out of this. Alright, now we got the first ever women's battle royal. The women's WrestleMania battle royal, which it's actually not the first one, because the first one happened at WrestleMania 25 and it was bad, but we don't talk about that. So they want to just pretend that one doesn't exist, and this is the first one. It was originally going to be the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, but the reason that it's not is because of controversy due to fan outcry, as well as Snickers stepping in and saying that we do not accept this. So it takes Snickers just for WWE to be like, yeah, we're not going to accept this. But they don't even acknowledge why they changed the name. They should at least say, oh, due to some stuff about Fabulous Moolah, but they're just paranoid about a lot of things. That's WWE in a nutshell. They're paranoid to address the issue. So, that said, Sasha Banks is going to win. We're going to see some surprises from like NXT, maybe past stars, but mostly NXT. So, Sasha Banks is going to win this. They decided to regulate the feud between Sasha Banks and Bayley that's now happening to this. When, in my opinion, I think they should just had a one-on-one match. No stipulation, just a match. But, and especially since both of them were big stars, especially Sasha, who was a bigger star and had wrestled at WrestleMania twice. So, that said, let's talk about the third match, which I think should not be on the pre-show. It should have been on the main show. And that's the Cruiserweight Championship Finals. So, 205 Live had a tournament ever since Enzo Amore was stripped from the title and was fired from the company because of allegations, which I'm not going to get into here. So, they decided to host a tournament where the finalists are Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. I haven't been keeping up with 205 Live, I'll admit to that, even though people are saying to me that it's a lot better now once Triple H took over. But I think Cedric Alexander is going to win. So, that's my guess. Cedric Alexander is going to win. So, let's move on. On to the main show. They're going to open it with the Raw Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Now, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax were supposed to be friends. But then what happened was that she was talking to Mickey James behind Nia's back, basically fat shaming her, and of course Nia got upset, and she realizes that Alexa wasn't really her friend all along. So Now, we'll have a match for the Women's Championship. Because all this was after, like, Nia kept trying to find her way to face the Women's Championship, and she finally gets that opportunity. So, I'm going to choose Nia as the one to win this match. I really feel like there's no other option than to just give it to her. Just give Nia the championship. And actually book her strong. Don't make her look weak. Book her strong. Book her as someone who is pissed, really angry at Alexa Bliss for everything, and retaliate. Alexa can get some offenses on, like, Nia or whatever, but make it so that Nia Jax is 100% dominant, or at least mostly dominant in the match. She wins it. Now on to the next match. The United States Championship Fatal 4-Way match. You got Randy Orton, who's currently the champion, versus Bobby Roode, versus Jinder Mahal, versus Rusev. It's Rusev Day! I've actually had some people tell me that I look like Rusev. Though, to be honest, if it wasn't for the way my hair goes, I wanted to look more like Kevin Owens. But I'll get to Kevin Owens in a little bit. But, so yeah, we got the United States Championship match, the Fatal 4-Way. This is the one match on the card, other than the men's Andre the Giant Battle Royal, like, other than that one, that I'm the least interested in. Like, there's really no build-up. Everyone's just thrown in there. And that's just about it. I'm going to go with Jinder Mahal to win. Because they're not going to give Rusev the belt. So, and I think that Randy Orton and Bobby Roode are going to move on to bigger things after this. So, just give it to Jinder. I don't care about this match. I'll be happy if Rusev wins, because then I'll care a little bit more if he does. But right now, I just don't care. Next up, I think is going to be the WWE Tag Team Championship match on this lineup. Yeah, because that one's confirmed. Like, all these matches here are confirmed. But I'm thinking this will be the next one in order. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman and a partner of his choosing. I have 5 possible choices as to who his partner is going to be. Number 1, Elias. They had like a little mini rivalry, but I'm thinking that Elias is just gonna be like, you know what? Let's just settle our differences and just be a tag team. Number 2, the returning Samoa Joe. This would be the pick that I would want the most. Braun and Joe, 2 unstoppable superstars in the WWE. You cannot beat this team. Number 3, the returning Big Cass. He's been injured for months, and supposedly he's cleared, but they're saving him till after WrestleMania. But why not bring him back then? Bring him back as Braun Strowman's partner. But will people like that? I don't know. I personally don't care for Big Cass, but I'm just thinking that he's number 3. Number 4 is the Big Show. Big Show signed a new contract with WWE. He's not retired. I'm thinking that he might be the 4th possible pick as a partner. That's just my guess. And number 5, probably Rey Mysterio. But these are just my guesses. But either way, it doesn't matter who's going to be the partner for Braun Strowman, because he's going to win. I personally think he should have just been facing against Cesaro and Sheamus by himself. Sorry, just need to clear my throat. And then have Braun Strowman win the match. He's going to win the match regardless. So, Braun Strowman wins. Let's move on. WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. Triple threat. You got the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. For the New Day, I'm going to go out of my way and say that it's going to be Xavier Woods and Big E. Kofi Kingston will be in the corner. So, all 3 of them are going to put on one hell of a match of epic proportions. Especially if you have New Day and Usos going at it. Because I felt that most of their matches in 2017, they kept getting better and better each time they would step into the ring and face each other. It's just that good. I think this is going to be a great match. This could be one of the show-stealing matches. I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Brothers to win this one. They've been teasing that they're a threat. Why not give them the belts? I'd be okay with New Day wins or if the Usos retain, but let's give the Bludgeon Brothers something. Next up is another triple threat match, but this time for the Intercontinental Championship. You got The Miz, you got Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. This one I see it as a really good match. Yeah, because this year there's actually a lot of good matches in WrestleMania. Very few injuries, and the ones that are injured, like, there's quite a few in the injured list, like Big Cass is supposedly going to be cleared soon. They got Samoa Joe, you got Dean Ambrose, for example, and even Paige is just in the court of absolution. But anyway, on to the match. I see all three of these matches putting one hell of a match. They're gonna definitely tear the roof off. And I've seen Finn Balor and Seth Rollins face each other before, and I've seen Miz face Seth Rollins and Miz face Finn Balor. The three of them together, you're gonna get something amazing. So my pick is Finn Balor to win, but I would be okay if Seth Rollins wins it or if Miz retains. But I'm gonna go with Finn Balor for this one. Next up is the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship. You got Charlotte Flair taking on Asuka. The Queen versus the Empress of Tomorrow. Now, this match is going to be amazing. Like, I feel like between the Raw Women's Championship match and the SmackDown Women's Championship match, I feel this one is the better match of the two. The two have never fought in a singles match before. And now we're finally going to get that. They actually had a match earlier at the Mixed Match Challenge where they teamed up, like Charlotte teamed up with Bobby Roode and Asuka teamed up with The Miz. It was a really good match, but this time it's a singles match. It's just the two of them right here. Asuka's going to win because A, Charlotte Flair is not ready for Asuka, and B, it's time for Asuka to continue her undefeated streak. I'm going to go on my way and say this. Asuka is going to be undefeated until next year's WrestleMania. She's either going to lose it to Ronda Rousey, or she's going to lose it to someone who's also pretty big. And I do not see a cash-in happening. And if a cash-in happens, it'll most likely happen on Alexa Bliss or Nia Jax. But right now, that's the only cash-in I can see. It's not going to happen on Asuka. And that's it. Asuka's going to win, become the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she's gonna move all the way to SmackDown. So let's move on. We have a few matches left. We actually have 4 matches left. But let's talk about John Cena first. I don't think that if John Cena has a match with The Undertaker, let's add this here. If John Cena has a match with The Undertaker, then Undertaker's going to win. And it's not going to be Dead Man Undertaker. It's going to be the American Badass Undertaker. Most likely, though, because they're going to have a performance with Kid Rock. And then it's going to segue into The Undertaker. Like, John Cena will come out first. Kid Rock will still be out there. And then it's going to be obvious that he's going to play American Badass. And Undertaker comes down the bike. And then, the match, Undertaker will win. It'll probably be a pretty good match. But I really didn't want to see The Undertaker wrestle again. After last year, I felt that it wasn't the perfect way to end, to have his last match. But I felt that the send-off was better than the match itself. So, you know what? If that was his last match, that should have been it. I really don't want to see him wrestle, but let's just say if John Cena and Undertaker wrestle, Undertaker's winning. That's it. That's it. Let's move on. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There are 2 stipulations. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wins, they will be rehired. But if they lose, then they remain fired. So, this is Daniel Bryan's first WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 31, where he was in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match and he won the match. Then he had to relinquish the belt after he suffered a concussion. Sorry, something in my throat. Anyway, so we had this whole Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon storyline with Kevin Owens for months. Then Sami Zayn was added to this storyline after Hell in a Cell. And then now here we are, about close to 6 months later. We now have this tag team. I actually was hearing rumors, but I was writing it off saying they're not going to clear Daniel Bryan. And what do you know? They cleared Daniel Bryan. Now he's going to be wrestling. But I'm thinking that he's going to wrestle part-time and not full-time. He'll only wrestle like big matches. And there's a plethora of dream matches, but that's going to be another video for another time. But let's talk about this match. So I'm thinking that we're going to have a pretty good match here. Everyone's going to be excited for this match because you got Daniel Bryan wrestling first time since 2015. He wrestled on Smackdown. I think he got a kick in the head by Wade Barrett or something. I don't remember what happened. He suffered a seizure, then he had concussions, and then that was his last match. Now, this is his first match back. Never have I thought that they would ever have him come out of retirement and wrestle again. I'm so happy for this. But as far as my videos on Daniel Bryan goes, check them out soon. I'll probably record one sometime next week or the week after. We'll see what happens. But as far as this match goes, I'm actually going to go with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon to win. You're bringing Daniel Bryan back. Don't bring him back to lose. Right now, what I'm thinking is going to happen is Sami Zayn is going to turn on Kevin Owens towards the end of the match. Owens is going to be left alone. And then I would have Daniel Bryan be the one to put him on the yes lock. But I personally think that Kevin Owens will tap. But I would prefer if he doesn't tap, but rather he's passed out and he just doesn't move. The referee stops the match and awards Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon the win. And of course, security will take Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens will be unconscious, and then they just take him out of the building. Of course, Sami Zayn will be gone by this point, so no need to worry about him. What will happen with Sami Zayn, we'll most likely find out on the next Smackdown, the Smackdown after WrestleMania. We got 3 more matches. Next one would be Triple H and Stephanie McMahon versus Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. This one's going to be a pretty big match. You got Triple H and Stephanie. This is Stephanie's first WrestleMania match, I think, ever. I don't think she's ever had a WrestleMania match. And I'm thinking that this is Kurt Angle's first WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 22 in 2006, where he faced against Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. And I'm thinking that Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey are going to win, with Ronda Rousey doing a submission, forcing Stephanie McMahon to tap out. That's what I'm thinking. It might be a pretty good match. We'll see. I mean, I've been surprised many times before, but we'll see how this goes. Because I mean, Triple H and Kurt Angle will definitely be those parts will be good, but Ronda Rousey is not proven in WWE. She's only proven in the mixed martial arts world. We'll see how this goes. I'm hoping for the best. The final 2 matches, the 2 main events, are going to be WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. The next match is going to be the WWE Championship match with AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. A rematch of Wrestle Kingdom 10's match, where both of them had their very last New Japan Pro Wrestling match against each other, and people consider that to be a classic. I'm hoping that they do that 10 times more here. Put on a bigger classic that you could only do in WWE. And who's going to win it? Shinsuke Nakamura. What I'm, what would be epic is if AJ Styles goes for the Styles Clash. Um, then Shinsuke gets out of it. He doesn't move. Then what happens next is AJ Styles goes to the ropes, and then it doesn't matter what move Shinsuke does. I'm thinking that what's gonna happen is that he's gonna just knock him off. AJ will just go into the ropes, and he will attempt to do the phenomenal forearm. As he does that, Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3, and Shinsuke wins the WWE Championship. He's going to celebrate. He'll have his WrestleMania moment. It'll be amazing for him. This is the championship match people want to see. And now we close with the championship match people are not so excited about, which is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. The build-up has been a lot better than it was in 2015. The 2015, the build-up was boring. It was predictable. It was stupid. Now, the result of the match is going to be predictable, but I'm hoping we get a much better match than we did in 2015. That said, Roman Reigns is winning. It's already obvious that Roman Reigns is going to win. He's going to be the Universal Championship. Universal Champion. He's going to have his moment. And then, what I would do is, I don't think they're going to do it, but I would actually tease something. I would have Shinsuke Nakamura come out with the WWE Championship, and then they both stare at each other, and then they tease something that might happen down the road. Like the both of them, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roman Reigns, down the road. That would actually be a pretty good match. Like Roman or not, you gotta admit Roman is actually a pretty good wrestler. Like he's a lot better now than he was in 2015. He's very improved. I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I actually go as far as to criticizing the way he's booked, his character and all that. But, like him or not, he is a really good wrestler. And he has chemistry with many others. But, so that's WrestleMania. So, I'm thinking, looking at this match card, it's actually really good. It's actually one of the better ones. I think this is about as good of a match card, in my opinion, as WrestleMania 30, and that was a really good show right there. Like, the worst match on that card was the women's match, as well as the Undertaker. The only reason the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match gets talked about is because that was when Undertaker lost. The significance was not how good the match was, but rather the finish. But yeah, so that's WrestleMania right there. So, what do you guys think? Let me know who do you guys think is gonna win each of the matches. Let me know for YouTube. Let me know in the comments section, and for Twitch, since this is gonna be a Twitch premiere, let me know as I talk about each match what you guys think. Do you agree with everything I say? Do you have your own thoughts? Let me know. So that's gonna be it. Make sure to check out all my social media here. I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, Shellshock Prime. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next